Making connection, crossing fingers. Yes, yes, yes.
Hello.
How are you? You cannot imagine.
Hello, hello.
I was sweating now. The stress that was yesterday to create the connection with Selvin and Zuleika, it was really a challenge. Their voice were appearing, but their face was not appearing. So we were traveling from Munaki. We were,
Like,
we were traveling from. How are you, my friends?
good.
We are good.
The coffee is good.
The coffee always good. We are from Greece, so even if we are not famous about coffee, here we drink a lot.
And the baby.
The baby is now 10 months, 11 months. She's starting walking, almost,
The baby.
but she hears what?
The baby starts working. I'm walking.
Walking, walk. Okay, we are Greeks, okay, no problem, but not in this situation, please.
Start early in Greece.
Yes, and her favorite song is Bésame Mamá from Calle Vapor, and she starts dancing with the feet, everything. So she's gonna be a salsa dancer, for sure.
Good. No Tereshinha. Salsa dancer, yes. Tereshinha, no.
A little bit later, after working, we educate her in order to know how to repel young boys with dirty things in their feet.
So nice, so nice. And how is the situation there in Greece? You have the studio open? Are you teaching or?
Yes, we are open. We are teaching. No touching, just
touching.
teaching.
Oh.
We don't touch.
No touch. Yes.
It's like a museum. Don't touch. See, but don't touch.
But
Just footwork, Ginga, flow. Okay,
so
this type of.
dancing in couple is not yet a reality. No.
It's a controversy because inside the dance school we don't touch each other, but outside the dance school you are not forbidden to do something else. So it's a little bit strange situation.
It's the
good thing is that everybody is washing their hands, so it's okay.
It's the same thing here, but here we found like something on the law that because of the competitors and because of the gyms that allow us to have dance in couple, but with couples that live together, or at least that they know each other together. There is no changing of couples, and they need to do a pre-registration already with a couple to make sure that they have trust in each other. But it's a crap, because in fact you go to a restaurant, you go to every place, and you see people closer. But that's the law. You need to
Just hope for better days.
yeah.
Imagine yesterday they forbid all the outdoor fiestas.
The troublemaker arrived. Oh my God. Let's try to focus on the interview, not on Hugo Boss, because otherwise we'll mess it up for sure. Beijing, Hugo Boss. Beijing. So I would like to use this moment also to say hello to everybody that is watching us. My mother is here, Bruno is here, Agnieszka, some very good friends. And also the request, if you can, please share this live in order that we can get more people. Yeah, Manning nice, Hugo Boss, it's chill now. He's getting married almost, so he's getting chilled, or not. So let's start. First of all, thank you very much for taking your time for being here with us.
Thank you.
And you are performers, instructors, choreographers, school managers with 2 schools in Volos and Larissa, the Independence Dance Studios, dance competitors, festival organizers. Why? Why you do what you do?
Because of the first rule of an engineer: if you cannot find the way, create it. It was not a decision that we would like to do at the beginning, but we managed to go in a way in order to create the scene, because when we start dancing it was only her and me. So we said, okay, we're learning something that is useless, so we have to make someone else to come to see what we feel, to see what we have in our mind, to share our dreams. And that's why our first name, for our first artistic name was and still is Salsa y Sueño. That means salsa and dream. It was our dream, because we are also salsa dancers, in order to make other people come and see what we feel and see what we see. So we had the dance school, we had the festival, we had all this stuff that you already mentioned.
Everything was slowly built. And yes, we are in 2 small cities in the center of Greece, so there was no scene here. Also, in Greece, generally the scene was really low that time, even in salsa and everything. But now we are really lucky that the scene is growing.
And you
imagine, in order to dance in party, you had to wait 3 months for one party in Athens.
Beautiful.
That time.
Beautiful. But in somehow you feel like you have a responsibility on that also, that you are part of this movement that helped to create the dance scene in Greece.
Yeah, of course. And when we go to like smaller cities and we see the situation there now, we say that imagine that in our cities was the same thing. No people dancing, just like one man and like 20 girls that want to dance. And that was the situation before. And now there is a big community. We have festivals. When in Greece, when the festival started in Greece, there was just one in Athens that we were like 50 people. And now we have ours in our city, in Volos, that we have 1,000 people.
Yeah.
Imagine what's happening in Athens, and it's crazy. So, of course, we feel responsible, and we are lucky that we somehow invested time and we managed to make also the scene grow.
When you refer to a lot of people, you have to be very consistent to what you say and very careful to what you say when you play with the culture of other people, because this is one thing that for everybody, I think, when someone messes with your culture, maybe you're offended, and this is something that we paid a lot of attention, because we want to be 100, 2,000, 100% of percentage of sure of what we say, because we transmit information about other people and maybe inspire other people to do what we see. So it's very strange, and we have to be very, extremely careful with what we say, how we are, and what we transmit to other people.
I have a curiosity from there. Because I feel very connected, like me and Paulo feel very connected to you, because we made more or less the same process. We both love salsa and kizomba. We have our festivals, our school. So there is a lot of things here in connection, and we have really good chemistry. But I would like to know this part of you. Did you start with this mindset of the importance of inspiring the others, of having others learning with you in order that they can also help to create the community? Or at the beginning, you had this way of thinking that I'm creating something and I don't want to have competition. I stay like nervous if I feel that somebody come to my lesson to learn and after to create their own school, because this was our beginning. Our first education, including the school that we start, was very like in a tunnel vision. And it was a process, a growing, a maturity in order to feel this honor and of having the responsibility of training others, that they will be able also to train others and to help to grow the community. How was it with you? Did you start with this open mindset, or at the beginning it was a tunnel mindset also?
I think that generally we were open, maybe because we were feeling safe, maybe because we were already in small cities. We had no competition in the beginning. So in the beginning that we were feeling, of course, more weak because we didn't have so much knowledge as now. Maybe we were just feeling safe anyway, because if we were in Athens, for example, that it's a bigger community, more dancers, maybe we would feel different. So I don't know. But generally, we love to transmit to people, to teach other people. If this happens in a good way, it's really, really nice.
Yeah.
So generally, I don't know really if we started with this mindset or not.
Our process at the beginning was just to dance. We became teachers because one friend of us arranged our classes without us knowing. We didn't have the mentality to be teachers. Yes, and he's a Stelio Social, you know him, the famous DJ. He's very worldwide nowadays. The thing is that our mindset was just to learn in depth, learn the roots, be better and be better, be better. That was our mindset. And we didn't have in mind that after 2, 3, 4, 5 years, we're going to have dance schools or we have festivals. We kept going, kept going and doing what we like. And as much as more we went into this, it was more addictive and more addictive and more addictive. And after that, we said that in our power, we cannot manage to deal with a lot of people, so we need help. And after that, we began the process of training other people and make sure that they're gonna transmit what we have in mind. And this is a difficult process, you know, better from all of us.
Just to have you.
One thing.
Tell me. Sorry.
One thing led to another. Yes.
Just to have your timeline, in what year you start dancing and what year you open your academy, the first one?
We started 2003. After some years, we started to teach in some schools here in both cities, and we opened 2013.
13, you opened the studio, but you open immediately both, or first one and then other?
Yes, same month, September 2013.
But you opened the two schools in Volos and Larissa at the same time?
At the same time.
You are both Kizomba and salsa lovers, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
How do you think that? Sorry.
Come on, Paula.
Always be. Always happens. How do you think two disciplines are complementary? Thank you.
I think everything you do in dance is complementary. If as long as you dance, you keep learning things from different styles. So, for example, for us, I think salsa helped us in Kizomba because when we came into Kizomba, it was like salsa like 10 years ago. Like small festivals, less people, no shows. It was really like we were seeing the salsa scene before. Yeah, like that. So for us, it helped us a lot, especially in performing, because we were already performing in salsa. We knew how to dress, how to go on stage, how to leave the stage, even how to teach internationally, because we were already doing it. So we were more experienced in dancing and teaching because of salsa.
The salsa, yeah.
For me,
yes, say please.
Yes. For me, one good example, if we say that the salsa and Kizomba are martial arts, salsa for me represents the one extrovert martial art, and Kizomba an introvert. So you comply everything together, the in without, something like yin yang. Maybe it's 2 parts to morning now. But if you can make comparison, the salsa is about speaking out loud, and Kizomba making your inner criticism, making you better from inside out.
Yeah.
Like Tai Chi.
Yeah, we felt that Ara was speaking about, that our experience in performance with salsa make us get better in our Kizomba performances. But also we felt the opposite. As we were obliged to teach more Kizomba internationally, we need to pass some tools to the people, yes? And then we understand some things from the Kizomba, and we pass to the salsa to teach, yes, because we had the need of improve even more our Kizomba teaching, and then we use that tools that we need to pass, that we need to arrange to pass to people outside of the culture, that they are not here in Portugal. Then we need to improve even more our way of teaching people in the Kizomba world, and then we pick up that tools and make the bridge to the salsa also here in our school. Yes, even the connection, how to connect, we passed that, we made the bridge to the salsa teaching also. Then we understand how we are both, we are also Kizomba and salsa lovers, and then we understand that and we use that. Yes, thank you.
Of course, everything helps the other. It's like you use your brain more.
Yes.
So you find more ways to explain things also to the people. For me, because a lot of girls tell me, it's strange, but I feel that Kizomba helped me improve my arms in salsa. My arms, that maybe you say that you're all the time like this, but the flow was different and my arms became more, had more flow than being
And the
hard.
balance,
You
the balance improved a lot in salsa
balance.
because of Kizomba. Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's
All
true.
the things are connected. And if we go back to the roots, everything comes from Africa. So the things need to
Yes.
travel. Even nowadays in the salsa community, you are seeing the mambo dancers, the one that are like the freaks from mambo, going back to the roots and going back to the Afro-Cuban to be able to implement. And you have new generations like the Berardi brothers, the Pablito Sumescla Latina, these Italian guys, that they made a massive explosion of dancing connecting these two things, the mambo with the Afro-Cuban. So this kind of fusion makes sense because they are connected. Tell me.
Of course they are connected because Africa is the future.
Nothing more, nothing more. Okay, just your curiosity also. Do you remember when you heard about us for the first time and when we met really live for the first time?
Yes, I don't remember the year, but it was in the first Batuk festival that we were there in London. It was the first. We had already seen some videos of you, like the video clip.
The famous
I
video.
like it. And first
Long
time, sorry,
You understand why?
first time there in the Batuk festival, and I sent you also 2 videos. Remember, from these classes that I was searching on my computer and I found some old videos. It was the first festival, but I don't remember the year.
I think it was
Which
2009 because Africana Style, the first one was 2008, and it was immediately after 2009, around that. But when was? Oh, I think that was after. I have good memories from Croatia. No, before Rovin, we went to Split, and I have good memories from the outside party because the music was really low.
Yes.
And the hotel didn't
No time to socialize.
So I remember that we were outside talking and drinking. Leon Rose was with us also. It was a quite interesting conversation. A lot of drinking, a lot of drinking. Good.
Come on, it's social dancing.
Yes, it makes part of the culture also. So you made our second Kizomba Teachers training back to May 2013, together with a lot of people that also are known on the scene. And for us, it's a point of proud being able to be part of your path because you are amazing artists, and we feel in somehow that we had here a good connection and we still sharing. Why? Do you remember why you made the decision to attend our Kizomba Teachers training? What were your goals? What you want to reach? And if in somehow you reach it or not?
For us, it was very important because we you know that we are Greeks and we stumbled upon a new culture and we tried to search for the roots and see what this is all about and how it's connected. And the problem that days was that there was no certain information and methodology that would make us clear our mind and have a good mindset of what we are doing.
No structure.
No structure at all. It was something that for the same question, 5 international instructors telling 5 different things. It was like a mess in our head. So we had a problem to see what we are doing. And when we found this structure, I said, okay, we have to do this in a proper way, find the methodology of those guys to see they're in Portugal. Our dream trip was to come in Portugal because it was the heart of Kizomba. So we said, okay, we had a problem, the same problem we had in salsa, and we didn't do this. For example, to go to the source directly. So we said, okay, this is a beginning. We have to go directly. Where is the direct? There we go.
Because we tried some classes, we were traveling and trying to take classes from teachers, but everybody had their own way. It was good, it helped us later, but we had no structure. So it was the first time, I think, that we saw that was a training just for this.
And we missed the first because it was our festival that time and we couldn't come. So that's why we came to the second.
Yeah. So we already knew you from the festivals. We knew that you are really concentrated to what you do. So we said, yes, this is going to help us. So yes, you saw that we came again and again.
Do you think it makes the difference, the fact that you want to create a scene in your city, in your cities, with a school, with a structure? If in somehow you didn't have this mindset of creating a school, if you were just teaching random workshops and in festivals, do you consider that this training would be so much important, or in somehow you would have thought about that in the same way? Or the fact that you want to create something with a consistent growing, with good foundation, made you think more about having something that allow you to have this continuation?
Generally, I think in everything that we do, we are really organized. So we don't want to teach something without having a goal. I think there is no point. I find no interest if I don't see a progress to me, to the students, to everything. So I think that from the beginning that we started, even in salsa, we didn't have a training like with one teacher, but we created our own after teaching and testing things, and we already trained people here in Greece for salsa. So we found something that could help in the Kizomba from the beginning. That's what Adonis said. So we said, why to start to invent something from the beginning if there are people that can show us like how to do it good?
This is
so
a smart
we did
using a lever. So somebody, it's like we buy a book, a technical book, that maybe in 1 week you can pick up the information of somebody that studied during 20 years a certain subject and compile everything.
Time.
So
you save time.
We started already in salsa. We knew that it's difficult.
I'm not reinventing the wheel. But the thing is that a good structured teacher training helps you a lot. Even if you are simply a dancer, or you want to search deeper, or you don't do classes, or you're gonna create the scene in your area. It's helpful. In every way you see it is helpful. It's not only for people that they want to create the scene and people. Okay, of course it helps you a lot. This is the truth. But if you cannot dance it, if you cannot understand it, whatever you do, it will not work later.
Yeah, and
so
I think
it's for us, it's very basic to find good foundation, good structure in order to pass the information. And that was the result of what we do. It was not our purpose to pass this information at the beginning. Now, of course, we know.
It's the same type of mentality, because we have some students that they come just for fun. They don't care if they have a continuity in what they do, but we have others that they write everything down and they learn like that. Even if they don't want to be like performers or teachers, they want to learn what to do correctly. So it
helps in every way.
Even
Period.
though, there are people that just make our level 1 and they use the methodology, they use the basics to make their own methodology, yes? But you, even though you are amazing dancers, amazing instructors, and you have you know how to do a methodology also, even though you made level 2 and level 3. Why?
And 4 and 5, if it's no problem.
Well, I think that you always have things to get every time. That you, if you teach, especially if you teach, you will teach your own way. You will have a source from your mind, okay? But this also gets you tired, because you cannot all the time invent things. You need to take things and maybe step on those things and make something else. So even also, if you teach a lot of years and you have a lot of students, and the people also every year maybe they change and they go together, then you need to have more combinations and more things, so that half of the people haven't done this and half of the people have done this. So we always need to get material.
Course, and of course there is that everything is getting evolved. So every day we evolve better as teachers. So the methodology changes a lot. For example, oral pass videos for all the Kizomba instructors in the world, we have to burn the server of YouTube 10 years ago. Things change. Okay, you know what I mean, for everybody. But it's a good that they are there to see the progress. So the methodology is adjusting to every time, and is being better and better. And one way to achieve is to take classes with a lot of teachers, to combine all the methodologies, create your own stuff maybe, but you have to have solid foundation and a way and a path, a direction. Sorry, you have to have a direction. So we like what we do. We want to learn every day, and we are not gonna stop learning every time.
Always a student. We need to be always students.
That is the point.
Otherwise,
sometimes we have the need to hire people to come to our school to change the role, because you enter in a role of so often being an instructor and to give, to deliver, and you get dry, and you forget what it is to be on the side of a student. And we need to place ourselves there in order that we can improve as an instructor. So do you think that this kind of investment that you made and coming here for level 1, level 2, level 3, you came including for that boot camp where we create a show, that you had the Sangria team, that was lovely. But don't you think that this is also a life experience where you create networks of people? Because this was 2013, and you still keep the contact with people that made part of that training, and including you were hired after to events that these people organize. You hire people that made part of. So this kind of network, this placement also in a situation out of comfort, because you go to a place that you don't know what will happen, and you need to live with that experience and create new connections. So we as human beings, we need these kind of things. What do you think about this thought?
Of course, it's something that you describe and we all experience. You can think that this was like an MBA. The same thing is in networking. The pure essence of an MBA is networking with people. That is a result of all this stuff. Learning and connecting with people throughout the world. It's like a tremendous experience for everybody. Imagine that you come for our small village in the map of the heart of Greece, and you see people from South Africa or Canada or Japan or I don't know, and you start connecting now with this part of technology, and you see, and you're part of history, because things, they are starting going and evolving.
Beautiful, beautiful.
This is a tremendous experience. Nice.
And
memories. We will always have amazing memories from dancing.
It's great. It's great. Even for us, each new teachers training that we develop, and we create the conditions, the atmosphere to receive all of you. But each one, it's a different one. And we need to adapt to that. Even for us, it's a out of comfort zone. And with the years, with the studies, I'm realizing that even those that we study with, do you know Tony Robbins? Have you heard about Tony Robbins?
Anthony Robbins.
Anthony Robbins, a guy from the USA, you know that, a life coacher, blah, 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 blah. So this guy is like a guru. This guy is like, he gets stadiums full of people just to listen what he have to talk. But even though he create like at least 3 times a year, like retreats where he will place himself as a student in areas that you don't master, because sometimes it's not only about the specific information that you will collect as a student, but the possibilities of ideas that you can bring to your, even if it is a different profession. Imagine that an engineer attend a training like this. You don't want to become an instructor, but being there and living there can bring to his profession different ideas to create different stuff, because you are being out of your comfort zone and you are being placed in positions of unknown. So regarding this, a lot of investments you made, you always kept humble. You had an amazing growing and improvement, giving always everything you have. That's why we start hiring you also as artists to our lineup. Solid foundations to be able to grow and don't fall. So what do you think about this path? Because you start doing your investments to be able to collect information and to improve and to grow. And with the natural growing, you start being invited and guests and hired to be part of the products that we have to deliver. How was that? How you felt? How it was?
Do you felt something, of course?
Really honored. Really honored. If teachers invite you to teach to their event and you see that they trust your work, I think it's the best reward. Yes, the best reward.
But do you think that also that you achieve growing and evolution also? Because it was because of you. It was because of your work, because of your effort that you achieved this thing. Okay, now you can be part of this. Yes, that we gave first, and then it's you that give to us. Yeah, it's something like you did a good job.
It's a big responsibility, of course.
It's a big responsibility. It's a big responsibility because there is a two-way. It's a two-way road, because if you plant the seed in the ground, there is one, the seed, and the second, the flower that is gonna flourish and blossom. Of course, you have to have a good first material and foundation, and after that, a lot of hard work in order to achieve. And if you achieve and you are accepted, because we are white people coming from Greece, doing African dances, it's a little bit weird. So if people that they train you and they have high standards, for us it's very important to have high standards, and you pass the standards and they say, okay, I want you to contribute to my event, and that I have in my mind to have a good quality, good value for money for everybody. This is a sign that you are going in a good direction. And of course, because of connectivity, someone that says, oh, okay, Afro-Latin connection hired Adonis and Hara. So they're doing a good job. And people
Paolo
that
and Ricardo invited you.
So they are good, maybe. Yes, it's true.
Picking up that point.
The time you in the first class and you're like,
it's the same for everybody.
Yeah.
Picking up that point of recognition, you won Africa Dansar 2015, correct?
Yes.
Yes. 2014 we were third, and 2015 first.
You won Africa Dansar, so the international Kizomba competition. You got first. Did you felt that this achievement brought you some kind of recognition, brought you more work, brought you more acceptation in the community? How was that process?
It was really nice because first we didn't have we didn't think that we will go to win or even pass the round. So we were like very relaxed. We were doing just what we loved. We didn't care about the result. So the result was great, greater than we ever imagined. In the beginning, it was strange because we were, it was like a big war. A lot of people started to say bad comments, and you know how it goes. But I think that being in this area for a long time, I think people that got to know us, they know what we do, they see what we do. It was a great experience, and yes, I think it opens a lot of doors, especially when you are white living in Greece, of course, because a lot of promoters told us that we are trying to say to the festival to invite you, yes, and they say, but they are good, but they are Greeks. And when they said that, yes, but they won Africa Dansar 2015, I say, yes, okay, so give me the links. So yes, it opened a lot of doors, I think.
The thing is that they give us the opportunity to speak to people and listen to what we have to tell them. This is the problem that we had earlier. People would never rely on what Greeks say about Kizomba. But now they're gonna listen to what we have to say. This is the first achievement. After that, if we say not very good things or not very pleasant, they have the option not to hire us or to hire us. It's a different story.
It's like a tool. It's like a tool so that you can speak and say your truth. Because, for example, there are students, our students that said to us, like, I saw a video on YouTube and the guy was doing that and not what you do, and he's black, so I'm sure that he's right. And we say, okay, I don't know what you saw. It's we have a methodology, he has a methodology. Of course, maybe both are right. After Africa Dansar, nobody said anything to us because we won Africa Dansar. So it's like, for us, it was nothing. I mean, it was a tool, okay? We were not better on the one day, good on one day and better the other day. It was the same.
Yeah.
It was a tool to use it for our evolution.
Nice. I have now a sharing and a question for you. Yes. The sharing is because you gave to us the opportunity to go to Greece also. And for us, it was, I remember the sensation. It was amazing. And you gave to us a very nice room with a great view. And for me was, whoa, the sea is here so close of the street, and they don't have afraid of the waves. No, there's no waves there. Yes. It's not Atlantic, the ocean. Yeah? Different. But I remember that I have a very good memory from that. And I want to thank to you. And even though the coffee, that iced coffee, that we are used to coffee. Yes, we are used to coffee. And here in Portugal, coffee is very strong. But I remember that we were in the pool party and you gave to us, as I said, I want a coffee. And we were drinking the coffee and my gosh, it was very strong. I felt a little bit dizzy. It was only coffee, not alcohol. But no.
In Greek salsa bootcamp, everything happens.
No. That one we have not. But I have also the memory of the vodka on in the refrigerator, in the congelador. I still vodka that it was creamy. I remember that night. It was crazy. But I am very good
vodka chocolate.
I want to say thank you to you because I had the opportunity to know the Greek culture. Yes. The question now is, Selvin and Zuleika, you had already a relationship, both. Yeah. And you amazingly you get you were capable of managing when you break up the relationship. I want to ask you tips that you have or that you can say, the things that you use to get your work, you keep going with your partner as in the work, and how you could manage it. Tips for people that happened, because shit happens.
First, I think we were really young, so it's a long time ago. So this helps, of course. Yes. It's not the same to break up like you are 30 years old and 20, of course. I think that depends on the people. I don't know if there are tips. It depends also if, as a person, you are a person that fights or a person that is having a conversation, first. Second, how much you love what you do, because we really loved what we do. And we said that if that time we had stopped, imagine now that there would not be Greek Salsa Bootcamp, no scene in our cities, maybe no Kizomba in Greece, because Kizomba in Greece started the revolution because of Africa Dansar and what we started to do so much. So I don't know if there is any tip. I think it's just a matter of person. If you are two people that they can have a conversation, they love what they do, and they keep things aside, now we are a family, and we are, I think it's like a brother to me, and you know, we fight, but we.
No, the thing is that, to be honest, it's a very strange and very difficult situation. And for me, it's not. There are no tips. If it's meant to happen, it's gonna happen.
Then,
So,
sorry.
but
Instead of tips, how could you manage it?
tips,
First, we were lucky that it was like
summer. So,
So we
we
didn't-
separated for 3 months.
We didn't have classes for some months. That was.
It
that
was-
was
So here you have a tip. When it
If it's
happens,
meant to be, it's meant to be.
so I think we have a tip here.
Sorry?
When it happened, give some time before you make decisions in other things that you have in mind.
Yes,
So give some time. To
yes,
do it.
of course.
One tip. You see? You
Tip
have one
number
tip.
one, yes. After that, when you see what we are people that we see and we love what we create. So in my mind, when we saw what we were creating and ruining for a personal interest, it was greater than us that time. So it was like, or you are at 100% on it, or stop it. It was not middle solution. But if you are 100% on it, it's gonna be very severe things happening. But you have to be prepared and do a lot of inner self cleaning things. Maybe I don't know how it's gonna affect everybody. But if you have created something bigger than you, and you see your eyes of your students, because a lot of our students are their eyes. They were seeing us and said, okay, that's why I want to continue doing things. And whatever it takes day by day. At that time, you think that there is no end. Sometime, because if you say it's my job, okay, you can quit your job, you can change your job, you can do whatever, something else. But if you see the creativity happening, it's like with a kid. If you maybe you're separated, but you have to have your kid. Okay. I don't want my kid. No, it's not like that. Your kid have to grow. So when you see the potential of the kid and all this thing, you have your energy there. I think that make us bond more. Not that time, short time, but in long time, long term, it helps us to bond more.
Horacio.
No, that's-
Hello.
There are several people here saying hi to us. Even Mambo City was
Jean
here,
and
Jean.
Robert.
Yeah, and Kayaya, Ricardo Kayaya also is yes, is there. Private
Inside
show,
jokes.
they will understand. Thank you for being here and support. Thank you.
Regarding, you spoke about my father, and my father was the person, and you know that because I already shared that with you, and I know you think in the same way. That was the person that inspired me to work by goals, thinking about ladders that you have, platforms, and when you reach one platform, you look up to have another, and then you go step by step. So, what is your next goal? What not about the big dream. The big dream I will ask after. So now, in what you are doing, what is the next goal, the next stage of your ladder of professional success, personal, whatever?
Now it's a bit strange to make like plans in this time. But I think we invest a lot of time right now to our school's growth in many ways. Like to, for example, this year in Volos, we made the school double. We took more space, more people. So I think now we are like in a mode to be even more organized and settle even better the schools here.
Beautiful. And the big dream, that big goal, the big thing, the big fish.
The big goal is that Adonis has a daughter, maybe me in the future have a boy, and the big dream is that they continue the schools.
I'm really tired.
Nice.
No,
So keep working.
Big dream.
Keep working.
Yeah, we need to work.
my big dream, or our big dream, is that we need to make more people see what we see when we dance and when we study the culture. And maybe it's something that makes Greece in the worldwide map of dancing, maybe, or in order to reverse the idea that Greeks cannot dance. This is one thing that is now changing.
Zorba,
Of course they can.
Zorba. You have Zorba.
Latin dances, African dances, there are a lot of plenty of dances, a lot of great dancers doing ballet in contemporary worldwide.
Do you feel that way of thinking still exists nowadays?
Me no.
I don't know nowadays. I'm not 100% sure because it's changing. We are going towards our goal, remember? The big dream, small ladders, taking time, and maybe and maybe we say and organize some things that they've never happened before in the world. When I'm ready, I'm gonna tell you.
Maybe have more the little guys.
More boys.
In Greece, that's the problem. That was the problem.
It's deep.
Yes, the biggest problem.
I have something to propose to you and to all the instructors in the world inside our community, that we need to think about ways of our dancers, our dances, our music to become cool. Because till the moment that we are not able to make what we do cool, the teenagers will not be able to get in. And it's crazy when you see some small communities like in Italy. You have young generations, mainly in the south of Italy, and it's crazy what they are doing. You are preparing the future. You are allowing that what we do nowadays will have a future. So it's very important to pick up the young generations. We try in our school and we are achieving step by step. Bruno and Katarina, they have a project in couple that they have already like 4 or 5 couples with average of age with 12 or 13 or 10 between that. So it's really good. When they start like 2 years ago, they had just 2 couples. So each year doing the performances, but we need to create a cool scene in order that we are able to get into the young generations, mainly the teenagers, not the youngers, because the youngers you need to captivate the fathers, the parents. If the parents think it's good,
Really saying 8-9 years.
If the parents think that it's good, the kids go there because they say. But teenagers,
and it's a good thing.
It's tough. It needs to become cool, a cool thing. So here is like a challenge for all our colleagues in the world to think about this, try to implement, and to try to trade information between each others, because this is the future. We need to pick up teenagers, kids, in order that we can have a stronger future. That's a good thing.
And it's good that nowadays on Facebook and social media generally, it's really in fashion to have kids dancing Afro.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I think that generally African dances, they're gonna grow a lot. Here we are not a lot of instructors in Greece, but people like it. They want to do it. So I think even watching kids online, this is amazing. You know, the Masaka kids and other people, they are very famous.
Africa is the future.
Africa is the future.
So this brings people.
I think this will be the sentence of the thumbnail. Africa is the future. This will be the sentence for the thumbnail of this interview. So to close, because we have already like 45 minutes, that's good. Message for the audience from each one of you.
Keep thinking positive. Everything will pass. And I think that dancing will come again to our lives, and even better. People will be thirsty. They want to socialize, communicate, dance, be happy. So keep being happy. That's the most important.
Yes, we are living, so we have to live, not just being passive. So things are gonna change. Okay, there's a strange situation for everybody, but as long as you are fulfilled inside of you, this will make you a better version of yourself. So if everybody is a better version of themselves, the whole system is gonna be better. Slowly, having fun, doing awa, drinking spinaca, socializing, because Africa is the future.
Africa is the future. My dears, thank you so much for your time. I can't wait to be with you again. Thank you so much for all the people that took their time to listen to us. I hope that you could be inspired. This is the main goal of these interviews that we are doing, because we had beautiful people that attend to our teachers training. For level 1, more than 400 people. And this kind of traits, we are curious. We want to know, since the moment that they made the teachers training, where are them now? What kind of achievements they made, they were able to get, in which directions they went, somehow we could touch them in a way that they could touch others. It was nice to hear from Selvin and Zuleika, for example, that the fact that they came to Porto and see our building, our structure, so it
was like seeing my dream. It was like
this is not
bigger.
It's one of our major goals. It's one of our major goals.
Yeah.
So, can you hear? Can you hear?
Good.
Live again.
We need to be fast. Just we want to help people to leave Porto, to get their hometown with this wheel of changing the world, charged with energy of doing. We want to create energy on people of doing, in order that they can do at their hometown and they can inspire others to do. And this kind of chain of positive ways of reaching things, it's our big dream, being able to change people's life to a positive way. Thank you very much for all of you that were there. Thank you.
Thank you. Muito obrigado. And we wait for the 400 teachers of KTT at a vacation in Greece. No COVID. You can do a reunion here. No problem. See. So much
Thank
for
you.
everything.
Muito
Busy
obrigado.
news.
Bye bye.